So, let's see, yep, yeah, my sim's still working. I'm sitting. I just bought Drzeweicki, Chicago, and the airports, Chicago City and the airports, and loaded up the E1000, which is a notoriously light airplane on frames. I mean, I've seen 50s and 60s in this airplane sometimes. It's a really light airplane, and I've got some weather, not much really. It's okay. I could get rid of it. I don't think it would help very much at all. But largely, I'm just flying with real world weather, active sky, which is also light on frames. Here, I'm at 3,500 feet flying towards the city, and the performance is really awful. I'm going to go ahead and start it here. Let's see. So, unpause. I'm looking at the city. My settings are the same as they are with every other scenery I have, including Orbx, Florida. In Orbx, Florida, a lot of people struggle with Miami City because it's a cityscape and it's pretty tough on frames. My rig does fairly well with Miami. I don't have any major problems at all. Here I'm looking at Chicago, as you can see, and I'm getting 5. So I'm gonna make a right turn here, so I can get at least a good look at the city. And I'm honestly thinking, because my thought was for today, what I was gonna do is I was gonna fly from Nashville up to Cincinnati, and then up here to Chicago, because I was just like, well, I have a couple of friends that live in Chicago. One of them was actually a controller at O'Hare Airport, and I thought, I should get that airport in that city. You can see there's a lot of scenery objects out the window. That's a lot. I'm running next to high settings, which is what I always run. So it's 1 notch down. It may look worse on what I'm streaming. It may actually look quite a bit worse on what I'm streaming, because this thing is taxing my rig so bad that it can't really stream that well. I'll say the city looks good, but look at that. If you can see the the slideshow, which literally almost, it's not a slideshow. I'm getting 7 to 8, and this is with a i9 with 32 gig and a RTX 2070 Super. So it's almost, if I hadn't spent, I'm glad I got it on sale. That's all I got to say, because it's just unbelievably bad performance, really. But if you want to fly overhead and take some pictures, come on. There we go. And I'll step outside the airplane too, so you can see. That doesn't help. It's still 8 frames. Let's see what happens when I get the city behind me. And I'm not exactly sure. Look at that. It's not even. It's a slideshow on my machine here too. Come on. It's pretty. If I just wanted to take a picture. But wow, that is pretty blasted awful. Man alive, I've never seen one so bad. So where's Midway? I think Midway is over here to my right. I'll turn towards Midway. Yeah, let's see if I'm not full of crap here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so what am I getting now? 15. And let's make a right turn. I getting? 16, 17. I mean, I honestly don't even think you can tear this apart and just install Midway. What am I getting? Still 15, 16. It's really dog slow. I mean, this is, it's similar to how I used to see performance sometimes in prepared. Similar to how I've seen cityscapes done by other people. You know, I mean, I used to, when I was in prepared, I had Drzeweicki, New York. And the performance wasn't this bad, not even close. Still pretty poor. You know, I'm facing away from the city, so I would expect the performance would get better. Here's Midway right there. And yeah, there are a lot of objects, but with Orbx, with this same level of setting, I would be seeing mid-30s to 40. So here I'm getting 16. Do I recommend this? Unless you're a glutton for punishment, I swear. So, yeah, nice place to visit, but don't fly here. And I did load up Midway by itself. Well, not Midway by itself, but Midway. You know, it might be better. Maybe I'll uninstall Drzeweicki the city and see if I can get anything out of these airports at all. And you know, and maybe consider getting Orbx. Do a second review because, you know, Drzeweicki is probably some of the best at optimizing their scenery, but they skipped that step here, or they've got something really, really wrong. I don't know what it is. So, wow, look at that. Still getting 5, 10. I'll go this way. Now I'm getting 18. Further away I get, the better it's getting. 18 to 19. You know, in the low 20s, I can kind of live with it. And there I'm in the, I'm right at 20. So it's still taxing my rig pretty hard. It looks like the stream is really, the stream is way worse from what I can see looking at the video. And I'm not sure, maybe it's recording better than it's displaying. It could be. I'll take a look at the video to see how that actually looks after the fact. Put a note in the comments. But yeah, now back down to 17. It's, you know, it's pretty even down here. Looks like it extends way south. Because I don't think this is I don't think it's just ortho for XP down here. So 23. So this is the range where it starts to, you know, I can live with this. So, but you know, I'm probably getting close to the edge of it here. So yeah, I guess I won't be flying to Chicago today. Because I've got too much to sort out about Chicago. Let's see, somebody after I bought it, I hadn't seen any reviews about this. Yeah, so somebody says, when I asked him about Orbx Chicago, they said it's definitely better. They screwed up big time on this Chicago and won't fix it. It's beautiful scenery too, so it's a shame, but I don't get it. Yeah, said the same thing. It shouldn't have been released like this. Really, seriously, stay away in droves. Do not buy this thing. Telling you that from my heart here. Pretty, but not worth the money. Not worth it. I've just got to figure out how to uninstall it. Okay. So you know what I might do is just buy. Well, I might. You know, I've never bought Megs, and I honestly can't believe. You know, from what there's not a lot of reviews on this scenery, but there are some, and they don't really talk about. I mean, they talk a little bit about performance. They said it can be harder on lower end systems. My system's not lower end, so there's 28. Still pretty poor this far away. Hard to believe. You know, maybe it's the clouds. I'm used to seeing better. Well, it's getting up closer to 30 now. So yeah, that's not much of a review. I can't really fly over to O'Hare, and it wouldn't do any good if I did. The performance there is just as bad. So, like I said, I don't know if it's a mesh issue. I don't know if they didn't optimize the textures. Just almost laughably bad. So, isn't that something? All right, I'm gonna shut this thing down and get, I don't know, I'll do something, I'll load up something here shortly. All right, thanks for watching. If you like it, if you appreciate it, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you soon.